Now, before we dive into today's amazing final order cutoff video, I just gotta let you guys know there is a 99% chance there will not, that's right, will not be a Comics and Beer this Friday. My older son, Nate, he joined the high school wrestling team, and they have a tournament this Friday that starts around 6 p.m. And that tournament will most likely go to 9 or 10 o'clock at night, which is obviously past the time that we need to go live for Comics and Beer. So, like I said, most likely a 99% chance there will be no Comics and Beer this week. But I promise you guys, I'm going to do my best to make sure that we get one Comics and Beer in before the end of the year, so that way we can do a nice big Christmas giveaway show and give you guys some free stuff for just, like, you know, tuning in to the live stream. Alright guys, with that sad news out of the way, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive in to today's video. What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Final Order Cutoff highlights video. This is the video where I go over every single book that's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff and try to find the cool stuff. Now, I will be 100% honest with you guys. I have been off from work this whole entire week, but somehow I have been busier than I am when I'm actually working. There's been so many things to do around the house. Stephanie and I are building this like Christmas stand tree to house her Christmas village. She loves Christmas villages, and she has an awesome collection of amazing villages. And we found this stand online, but you only got the blueprints for it, and then you had to go buy the lumber, and then you're building yourself. And I'm almost done with it, but it's been taking up all my extra time this week, so I didn't have a ton of time to do my research for Final Order Cutoff. I spent about an hour and a half per se, and that was only finding cool covers and cool new number ones that I think you guys should know about. I didn't have any time to actually dig into the speculation part of this video, so there will be no speculation. But also guys, with that said, you guys should 100% making sure you guys are doing your own research, because I did this research yesterday on Wednesday, and DC, Marvel, and all the independent publishers have until Friday, which is tomorrow at 5 p.m. to lock in what books are going to be on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So there could be books that I missed or books that I put on this video that might actually get cut before 5 p.m. tomorrow for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So just keep that in mind. But one positive about this video is that if you guys like anything that I'm going to show on today's video and you want to pre-order and save that 35% discount or up to 35% discount, you guys need to get your orders in by this upcoming Monday, which is Monday, December 9th of 2024. And again, I think the cutoff time is 5 p.m. Eastern. So that's all the preamble we need to get out of the way before we dive into the good stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get right into my Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. Now, as we go through these cover lever picks, I will make sure I throw up the spec-worthy icon with a little ding sound with it, so that way you guys know I think this cover is spec-worthy or not, or I will verbally try to call it out as well. But most of these covers are just really cool covers that I think, you know, you guys should know about. And then if you want to save that 35 or up to 35% off the cover price of these books, you guys can do that by this upcoming Monday if you get your pre-orders in by then. But let's go ahead and go over these amazing covers. And the first one up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 66. This is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Chris Samney, and is just really stinking cool in my opinion. I'm a big fan of his artwork, and I just think this is a great action pose. You get this awesome view of the city, and he's like flying up through it. It is just really cool in my opinion. Now next up is another set of two covers for the same book, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 66. This is the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man variant, or I think this is the 5th one of Scotty Young's run of Deaths of Spider-Man for this series. And the one up on screen right now is the regular open order version, but there's also a 1:100 black and white virgin ratio variant, and obviously these are done by Scotty Young. And if you're into speculation, I think that 1:100 virgin ratio variant could be a good book to keep an eye on. The next up is Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 35. This is the cover C variant, done again by Chris Samney. How cool is this? You got Batman like just all crouched down, and then you got Superman. He's standing all stoic, and you can only see like the top part of his head, or the bottom part of his head. So cool. I don't know. I think this cover is really, really cool. And the Superman's still like this bright, vibrant colors, and you got Batman, he's like kind of like in his shadow. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Next up is X-Men issue number 10 with the Magic variant in the 1 in 50 Virgin ratio variant, done by Leslie Lyrics Lee. And again, if you're into speculation, I would keep an eye on that 1 in 50 Virgin, because those 1 in 50s tend to do well on the secondary market, especially with a character like Magic on the cover. Next up is a really cool cover, in my opinion. This is Fantastic Four issue number 28 with the cover A, done by Joshua Cassara. The way he is drawing the elongated man is so cool. Like so cool. And I didn't even notice that it looks like they're back in like World War I, like in the trenches. How did they time travel, or why did they time travel? It doesn't matter, but man, this is just such a cool cover. And Mrs. Fantastic is like so cool. She's like such a great character. And I love how she does that shield. Again, so cool. Next up, another cover for the same book. This is the Marvel Rivals variant, done by Peach Momoko. We got Lady Galactus, and she's hugging like a gigantic Jeff the Land Shark. How adorable is that? That is fantastic. Next up is Wonder Woman issue number 17 with the cover C variant, done by Mike Del Mundo. Fantastic. I am a huge Del Mundo fan. He goes away sometimes and then comes back and puts out all these amazing covers. He's doing some for both Marvel and DC, and they're all just so great. And I love it. She's doing like that stupid string thing that you used to do when you were in like grade school, and she's doing it with the Lasso of Truth. Amazing. Next up, Wolverine Revenge Red Band Edition, issue number 4 with the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant, done by Greg Capullo. Now, there is also a version of this that is not a Virgin, and the smoke is, I think, white. And it's for the non-red band version. So if you don't want to pay the exuberant prices that people will pay for this 1 in 100 done by Greg Capullo, you can just pick up that version, which I'll put up on screen right now. But I really like this bloodied, dark version. I think it'd be really cool to have, but I personally will not pay whatever they're going to ask for this. But again, maybe keep an eye on it, you speculators. All right, guys, next up is Wolverine Revenge, issue number 4 with the variant cover done by Patrick Gleason. I did order this one. I am reading the red band versions of this because I think I like the little bit bloodier pages, but this is just a great Patrick Gleason cover. All right, guys, let's continue. This next cover I do not love, but I know you guys will. This is G.I. Joe, issue number 3 with the cover C variant, done by Pablo Villalobos. Yeah, it's pretty good. I just don't love it. Sometimes he like really hits, and this one is just, it's okay. Next up is G.I. Joe issue number 3 with the cover D, which is the 1 in 10 ratio variant, done by David Nakayama. What is she doing with her legs? What is she doing in general? I don't understand. Is she running? Is she jumping? Her arm, nothing in her body language is telling me what she's physically doing, and it's a weird pose. But man, that booty, that is a booty. Next up is probably my favorite cover for this issue. This is G.I. Joe issue number 3 with the cover F. It's a 1 in 50 foil variant done by Patricia Martin Samaniego. And it is great. This is a great cover. I love it. I think it's so cool, and I want to know, is the whole thing foil or is it a spot foil? And if it is a spot foil, what is the foil? I want to know. It looks really cool. All right, guys, how many more covers do we have left? We have six more. Next up is a cool cover. This is Iron Man issue number 4 with the variant cover done by Derek Chu. Now I want to know, is the Scarlet Witch going to make an appearance in this issue, or is this just a cover grab? I'm not a huge fan when characters that are not actually in the book are forced onto the cover, even though this is really good looking to the eyes, but I want it to be part of the book as well. Next up, we got Psylocke issue number 3 with the variant cover in the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant. You speculators, keep an eye on that 1 in 100. This is done by Pablo Villalobos. Again, it's good, it's just not great. It's worthy of being a cover lover pick because I would definitely pick up the trade dress just for that cover itself. But the 1/100, no way. Next up is a really good cover. This is Helverine issue number 2 with the 1/25 ratio variant done by my boy Mumad Asrar. It is so good. So good. Definitely picking this up. I don't think I'm picking up Helverine, but I'm definitely going to try to pick this up because I just think it is Asrar, and he is so good, and this is like I said, a great cover. All right, 3 more, and they're all independents. Next up, The Seasons, issue number 1 with the cover C, which is a 1/25 ratio variant done by Kent Williams. How creepy cool is this cover? And this is a Rick Remender book. So you get an awesome story, most likely on the guts, and then this awesome cover C, which is a 1/25. So cool. We're going to talk about more of this book in just a second. 2 more covers. Next up, Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 3 with the cover A done by Mark Spears. Fantastic. Now, I am so out of, not so much the loop, but I don't know. I'm not loving this Mark Spears craze like everyone else is. I haven't read any of the books, so I can't say if the books are good themselves. Some of the covers have been fantastic. I completely missed out on the Frankenstein or Mrs. Frankenstein, whatever, that one cover that just is going nuclear. Me and Ghost in the Discord both had that book, like, in our carts during previews and just like took it out for whatever reasons, and we're both kicking ourselves in the ass because I knew the cover art was good, but I didn't know it was that good or was gonna blow up like that. Is this book spec worthy? I have no idea. I know his trend right now is up and it keeps going up, so maybe it will, and there are more covers for this book, so make sure you guys are checking League of Comic Geeks or any Final Order cutoff site that you like, and check out the other covers, because some of the other covers are more voluptuous, let's say, but I really like this Frankenstein. I think it's really cool. The final book is Barbarella, issue number 3 with the cover A and the cover E, which is a limited virgin variant done by Joseph Michael Linzer. Now, I've shown this cover on this channel before, and it must have been when it was on Final Order cutoff, but then it got delayed for whatever reason. Again, that's why you need to do your own research, because books get delayed sometimes. And this cover is just fantastic. It's a Space Odyssey type book. I know there's a better word for that type of book, but it has aliens and a sexy girl on a weird rocket, and I love it. This is a really cool cover. Alex, let me know if you can pick up the Virgin for this for a good price, because I would love to get my hands on this. All right, those are all my cover lover picks for this weekend's Final Order cutoff. Again, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by Monday, December 9th at 5 p.m. if you want to save that sweet up to 35% discount. Do your own research, find the comic book shop that you want to order your books from. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out the new number 1 that I think you guys have to be picking up or pre-ordering this weekend, because the story sounds so freaking cool. There were a bunch of new number 1s on this weekend's Final Order cutoff, but after going through them all, a lot of them seemed to be one-shots, but there was one indie ongoing book, I shouldn't say ongoing, at least miniseries book by one of my favorite writers, Rick Remender, and I'm really excited to check this book out. It is called The Seasons, issue number 1. Now, like I just said, this is coming from the writer of Rick Remender, and it's going to have art by Paul Azteca, and it just looks and sounds really cool. I haven't seen the interiors yet, but the covers just sound so cool. But let me read the synopsis to you guys. Summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the Seasons sisters, the daughters of the world-renowned Seasons detectives. 10 years ago, their famous parents disappeared. Left to raise themselves, the sisters formed an unbreakable bond. Now that bond is tested as the sisters fall prey to sinister forces. The youngest sister, Spring, is the last hope of saving them from a fate far worse than death. Will Spring be able to piece her shattered family back together before it's too late for them all? Rick Remender and Paul Azteca weave an elevated tale of whimsical humor unlike anything ever experienced in comics, and it all starts with this double-length premiere issue. Perfect for fans of boundary-breaking horror in all forms. Just sounds so cool. And this cover A is so creepy. And yeah, let's see. There is the cover B, which is done by Jordi Lafarbe. which is pretty cool. It doesn't look anything horror related. We get this character Spring most likely on the cover, and looks like she's roof hopping with a cat. And then we have that awesome cover C done by Kent Williams, which I showed you guys before. And then we have a cover D done by Wes Craig, which is a 1 in 50 variant. What do you guys think about that? When I first started reading it, I thought it was going to be about, like, you know, the seasons again. But no, the seasons are the names of girls, which are really cool. And they're going to be detectives, and there's going to be horror in this book, and it's going to be so good because Rick Remender can do horror, and it's just, I don't know. Anything with his name on it, I get really pumped for. Now, obviously, not everything he writes is the most amazing book ever, but a lot of his books recently have been really, really good. The Sacrificers, Grommets, what else am I forgetting? I'm on the spot, and I'm definitely forgetting more books that I've read recently that are so good. There's just, you guys gotta trust me. Check this book out. It's a great independent. Paul Azteca on the art, Rick Remender on the writing. Let's frickin' go. And you guys love horror. Everyone loves horror right now. Horror is everything right now. It's so great. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully this video has been kind of short and sweet, and you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you guys are doing your own research. I'll have links down to good final order cutoff sites down in the comments below. And let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of today's video, and I just gotta say, if you guys have been watching from the beginning of this video all the way to this point in the video right now, you guys know what you are. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel like you do. Now, if you guys haven't smashed that like button just yet, you know what to do. Smash that like button. And last but not least, if you guys have been watching the video, and you guys have been enjoying the video, and you enjoy comic book content, especially future comic book content, this is the channel for you. So get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button. Now, before I close this video out, I just gotta remind you guys one more time, there will be no Comics and Beer episode tomorrow. Steph and I will be back before the end of the year. I promise. Well, I shouldn't promise, because I don't know if Nate's going to have meets every single Friday, and if he does, then we're going to have to do this after wrestling is over. But hopefully, we'll be able to sneak one in before the end of the year. All right, guys, have yourself a great weekend, a great final order cutoff, and let's get ready for next week's new comic book day. I know there's some juicy books coming out then. All right, guys, I'll catch you next week with the Wednesday pull list. Peace.